Hello everyone, I'm Defudge3004. Welcome back to Stario Haven Tower. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy having you here, so sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. So, we have built ourselves a little bit of a tower. We are still in the sand zone. So we need to build a 2-layer high dust zone miracle tower, the Stone Eagle. And we actually have a wish list for that on the wish board. Cease of sandstorm. So they don't want to be eating sand anymore. We can delete this, but then, it'll cause them to be unhappy. And I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and let's go see if we can start building that. So we're going to go to the build and we're going to click on this here. And let's go see if we can find. We need that piece that we need to build, and I don't know where that is. So far we don't have that stone eagle. Let's go to here, and there's the stone eagle. Okay, it has been done. So we do have this one. Now what we need to do is figure out how we're going to build this stone eagle and see if we can actually get that stone effigy shaped by the prophet's vision. The divine eagles are blessed by the winds, so much so that the sandstorms divert around their roosts. Okay, so I don't know where that sand eagle miracle, there it is. Stone Eagle Layer 1. So we're going to have quite a bit of glass. Looks like we do have a bit of glass. If you look right over here, let me take this over a little bit. We have like 42 glass, so that's good. And that's going to help us out quite a bit. So I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally. I still have that cold that I've had or whatever it is. And it's not exactly been a lot of fun. So here's that stone eagle. Let's go ahead and replace one there. And I want to go see how that guy's going to fit. He looks to be pretty good right there. Actually, that's not going to bother anything, and it'll give us a little bit of room to work with. It's a little small, but it should work. So let's just go ahead and confirm that construction. Excuse me. My voice is coming in and out too with this flu or cold or whatever it is. All right, so we have that in, and there's like how much time? 20 minutes or so until the next disaster. So we do got to be careful of that. Now we're going to have to put in some stuff for some jobs and things. So let's go ahead and start getting that kind of stuff done. We're going to have probably a couple of dew collectors. We can't make the pipes to go between places. If you've seen the demo, we can put in pipes a little bit later. Oh, nice. We can put the dew collectors all the way out there. That will work. So how about if we do dew collectors out on the edges? I think that would actually look really good. It would give a different vibe to it, that's for sure. We'll just kind of place them in different ways like this. I think this is actually going to look really good, or so I hope. That way they can be, kind of like offset from each other, and that would be good. That way we have all of that. We don't have a lot of sand bricks, so that's the one thing that we don't have. We don't have a lot of wood or anything, so we're definitely going to have to see about putting in like a plantation or something. Just go and get back up so we can see. Plantation is probably just going to have to go wherever it is that we can fit it. So let's go ahead and get that guy in. Start getting that built, and then we'll put in, of course, a woodcutter as well. So that way we can begin getting this stuff ready. We got to get a lot of stuff done, that is for sure. So we'll just go ahead and put that guy in, maybe right next to there. How is that gonna be? Let's go make sure we can put in some huts first. We got to make sure to leave room for that. So we're not going to be able to put in a wood station right there, but if we do put in a couple of huts, then at least we'll have some, people to help do some of this stuff, and that'll be good. Then we'll put in a bit of the woodcutter on the other side. So my first video actually had a very good reception. I do thank you for that. That was quite unexpected. I did not really expect the reception that I got, and I thank you very much for that. That was pretty awesome. You guys really... I'm glad you liked the video. It was good. I was hoping you would like the video, and you really liked the video. So as of the recording of this, over 100 views for a video that I didn't know actually was going to do very good, but it did really good. So thank you very much for that. That was amazing. And I hope you continue liking this series. This is actually a pretty interesting game. It has some pretty cool stuff with it. Wow, we can put that all the way out there. Well, heck yeah. I mean, that's going to, of course, get weak as we go. But if we can... Probably because the layer's beneath it. Okay, well, maybe we'll just go ahead and put stuff out here, too. That way we can get the dust collectors and all that kind of stuff going, because we're definitely going to need that kind of stuff. So this is a very interesting game, and it does have, like, city building vibes to it and stuff. It's pretty interesting for what I have seen, and I really kind of like it. It's pretty chill. It's pretty relaxed. There's, you know, not a lot of stress or whatever with it. It's just building things that you need to build. So, you know, and having cool designs and all that stuff. Just check it on the disasters. You never know when we're going to have one. So far, we have 4 layers. I'd like to build quite a few more layers before this is done. So, let's go ahead and keep on working on this. Put in some of these things, see if we can get some of this stuff going, and hopefully we will be able to. So we're gonna have to have, of course, glass and everything else, and that's one of the things. I think we're doing pretty good. Hopefully all this stuff will start coming in here real quick, and then we'll be able to have more. But down here, we don't have a lot in the previous layer. But things are definitely coming in, so that's good. We have a lot of water. That's gonna help out a lot. Let's just go ahead and put in some of these glass works and get some of this stuff going, and then I think a glass works would actually do really good right there. Okay, so we have most of the basic stuff in. We have all those things in. So I guess we have basically one of everything. Now we're probably gonna have to put in some huts, and it looks like we need more jobs. So let's go ahead and go to the jobs, where the jobs are. Okay, looks like the dew collectors doing good. The plantation. Boy, dew collectors are... Yeah, there's plenty of dew here. I mean, we do have 73, so we can keep the plantation going. That'll help keeping some jobs. Dew collector will definitely help. If we drop that, then we just don't have any people working there, so that's not the best. But maybe if we do that, excuse me, then the other stuff can also come up a little bit, so that's good. Just drop some things down a little bit. See if we can get some things going here. Trying to balance this is the most probably stressful part of the game, and again, it's not all that stressful. It's just trying to figure out how to, you know, do everything to get everything done. Okay, that's cool. So we can actually research more things as we go, which would probably be good. So a structural unit. Tower structure doesn't always conform to our needs. To bridge these gaps, structural units can fill the voids, allowing more buildings to anchor securely to the tower. I think that would actually be a really good thing to research, so let's go ahead and start researching that. That way we can maybe keep our stuff a little bit safer, and then we'll worry about doing like plantation and that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and make sure that the research is also going up a little bit. And plantation is doing good, so we'll move up the dust collector and the research station to keep that stuff going. So hopefully we'll be able to get that stuff done here real soon. Alright, so that research just got completed. So now we have the structural unit, so that's good. That way maybe we can put in decoration. Okay, cool. Frames, small blocks, and large blocks. I don't know anything about these and what these do exactly, so as we should see. So the small block, square structure blocks that can be used to fill gaps in the tower. And that one's also going to be doing the same thing. Structural blocks as tall as a tower layer. So that way if we have, things we can put them in there, like, something like that. So that way if we needed to, fortify things or whatever, I'm sure we could do that. Then a frame, a standardized wooden frame truss designed to link the tower body with the architectural extensions. So there's some pretty cool things here. I do think that's pretty cool. So now we have that. Like, what I can do is actually just take the research station all the way down, since we don't need that. And now we should be able to... Boy, the dew collector just really has a lot of jobs, but every time I move it, it just doesn't do as good. So, and all these other ones have such few jobs. So the dust collector, maybe not doing as good. No, it's collecting quite a bit of dust, so that's good. I guess it is doing good. It just is a little bit slow, I guess. And then, of course, I think we have the... how did it do that for? That is the sand brick factory, so it's making lots of sand bricks, so we do have that. That's good. Okay, so we're getting stuff up. It's just going to take a little while before we actually have a lot. But it looks like things are doing okay. And we do got to watch this because in 10 minutes or 9 minutes, we're going to be having a storm. So we do have quite a bit of things happening here. We now have some wood and glass and different things. And looks like we don't have a lot of cactus. We have to get some potatoes going soon. Of that, I am sure. I really need that plantation to keep on, producing stuff. So maybe I'll take the sand brick factory down. Well, that's not going to work out either. No matter what I do, it's, try to figure out this balance of what is important. Guess with the glass works, we could probably drop that down and then put the dew collector up there. And do something like that. The sand brick we do have. Let's see, the dust we don't have a lot of, so we're definitely gonna have to make sure to keep stuff up. This is kind of tough, I do gotta say. So I guess we'll just keep the dew collectors going as much as we can to keep them in water and everything else and keep all this other stuff up. Let's go ahead and put on the next layer that we need. That way we have that. We don't quite have as much glass as we need, so we're gonna have to wait for that glass to definitely come up. We're getting really close to having the 25 glass that we need. The other stuff we're just gonna have to get as we can. So let's just go in and... Ooh, that one's a pretty massive looking piece. It's about the same size, but it's a little bit more different, I guess. So I'm just going to keep that one right on the top so that way it's good. And maybe instead of having it be exactly the same, can I turn it? So I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn this one. It doesn't look like first layer miracle. Okay, they're auto aligned, so they have to be in line with each other. Okay. The second part of the Stone Eagle is coming up. It should be done here in just a little bit. And our next disaster is coming in 4.5 minutes. So hopefully this will be done. And it should slow down the sandstorms. But we'll see what happens once this is all built. And then we'll be able to put on some more things and hopefully get some jobs and all that kind of stuff going. Sweet. So that is now done. Yeah. Oh. I see. Look at that. That is cool looking. I do gotta say, that is some really cool looking stuff. I like the antlers and then the bird and the lion and just the whole thing looking together. That is pretty cool looking. I do gotta say. That's a nice architecture there. That looks really cool. I do like that. Okay, we should be having a sandstorm here in 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and see about putting some more huts in. We're going to need some more workers anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put huts be like on these sides to try to not, you know, block too much of the view. So that we have those, and I think that should be pretty good. Excuse me. And then we'll begin putting in, of course, you know, some more of the stuff that we need to keep ourselves going here. Just put in a couple of dew collectors. There we go. That way we're not blocking like the eagles and all that stuff, because I don't want to do that. We can put in some more of these other things that we're going to need. So yes, this is going to look, I hope, pretty good, and it should work pretty good. Now where we put the plantation, that's going to be a different story. So maybe we really don't need the plantation, but if there's enough porters going on, you know. Let me just go ahead and let's do 5 porters. That way they can get stuff moving between the layers. I don't know if it's actually going to help or not, but it is worth a try, that's for sure. And we should be having a storm here in just a couple of minutes. But we do have the Stone Eagle done, and I think that's going to work out pretty good. Hopefully it will keep things at bay, and then we'll be able to do a lot better. I don't know how our jobs are doing. Looks like they're doing pretty good. So we're doing all right. Looks like everything is still coming up, and maybe I can move that one down. Boy, the dew collector, that's crazy. It's just not doing as much as I was hoping it would, but that's okay. It's still providing some jobs. Well, now our morale is like really high right now. That's really good. And we should be having our disaster. Yep, there it is. Now it's coming toward us. So it looks like it's coming from this way. So hope feels like a lung would be blocked if I dare take a breath. I kind of feel that way right now, that's for sure, the way my lungs are, but it's like this is only going to last like about 13 more seconds up there in the upper right hand corner, so it's not going to be a very long storm, and that's good. That actually should be really nice, so maybe it is coming down on the sandstorms. Holy moly. It's like a decade had passed since the construction of the last tower layer. They endured the sandstorm, so we got some dust, 159, 29 wood, and 5 ores, but no fertilizer this time. Cool, so our morale is really, really high. It looks like our jobs have actually increased quite a bit. So that's good. Okay. So, what we're going to have to probably do, I don't want to build on these parts right here. I kind of want to leave those open if I can at all. So I'm thinking maybe what I should do is go ahead and put in a layer. Oh, look, there's all kinds of ecological. Oh, wow, that's crazy. But I don't think we don't have any potatoes, so we can't do that one. Industrial, huh? Industrial core. That's crazy. Look at that thing. So all industrial production increased. Oh, wow. Nice. You know what? That's not too terribly bad to do. Let's go ahead and see if we can put this guy on. And this one we actually can move. Oh, look at that. There's some propellers on there. That is nuts. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that guy like that. That way... Oh, man, but these things right here are actually going to be lined up with these a little bit better. But I think I still kind of like it like that. Give it a little bit of, you know, difference here. I think that's going to look pretty good. I think I'm going to keep it like that. Let's go ahead and confirm that. So we have some new things that we can build that we couldn't do in the demo. That's really cool. I do like this. So this is going to get built, and then we will see if we can like put on some plantations and different stuff on this level. So I noticed that while this is being built, that it looks like there are some people working on here. Like you can see, you know, there's like some banging stuff going on and all of that. Some the workers just doing their jobs, making the thing happen. I really like that you can actually see, you know, all the way through there and see the thing kind of being built. I think that's really, really cool. All right, that just got done. So, looks like now we have some propellers on gears spinning. And you can almost, well, you actually can see inside there. See those cogs and all of that stuff. I think that's just really awesome. I really like the way that that looks. Okay, now we have some things that we can work with here. Now, of course, we can't put anything on these sides if we, you know, want to keep things safe. So I don't know exactly how we are going to be able to, like, put in plantations and that kind of stuff, because it isn't going to work on this side. But if we can get some that are kind of like out of the way, I think that would be good. So maybe we can put in a plantation over there, and then we can put in, of course, a lot of the smaller stuff on these sides. I think that might actually kind of work if we do this right. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll put in a dust factory right over there. Okay, and then there's still some room to do some things like a glass works, maybe. Let me get down on that level. Guess the glass works will actually work right out there, so that way we can actually conserve some room. That would be good. Then we can have the woodcutter station maybe be right out here on this side. That should work perfect right there. There we go. Sweet. It does almost look like it's hitting it, but I think it actually is going to be okay. It probably is hitting it, to be perfectly honest with you. But the game doesn't know that it isn't. But maybe we'll see what happens when that comes in line and see, you know, what all happens. So I guess we're going to have to build some residents, so that way we have some places for them to live. Maybe we can place a couple of those near the edges here or something. Keep these guys, you know, housed, so that way the workers have a place to go to. I think they might actually kind of enjoy that, to be honest. Maybe we'll just go and put one right out there too. So let me know what you think about my design. It is kind of sticking out in different ways in different places, but I think that's the point, is to make things stick out, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I forgot I had to put in some dew collectors, so that we have that. Now, what I want to do is, let's go see if we can research the potato plantation. We should have enough stuff. We can gather up all of that stuff pretty easy. So we'll go ahead and do that. That way we can put in some potatoes, and that would be really good too. And then, of course, we have to make those jobs happen. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And that way that research can come along and we can get the potatoes going. Hopefully pretty quick. And then we can figure out where we can put up all those other things. So it looks like this stuff is actually going to, excuse me, work out pretty good. So this actually might be pretty doggone good. Let me slide this over a little bit. So it looks like we are getting some glass and different things like that. We just need to get some more wood and, you know, the cactus. And what? Okay. So it looks like we have sea buckthorn, and I don't know if we're getting cactus or not. Looks like we can probably change that. Let's go ahead and get some cactus, since we do have sea buckthorn. That way we, you know, have that going on. Because there's quite a bit of sea buckthorn, and then we'll have some good cactus for them to eat too. Maybe we can, put up a second plantation or something. We can, try to figure this out and get some things happening that might actually help out a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to have to put that plantation out here a little bit if I do. Let me go see if there's actually room here for that plantation, and it won't work because of the hut right there. Well, that's okay. We can put in another plantation, and that'll be good enough. And then we can just have that one be the buckthorn. That way that'll, keep everybody happy. And then we should be able to have enough stuff going on. Definitely going to have to put in some more huts to keep everybody going. And the huts can be extended out a little ways, so we'll just go ahead and do that. I don't think I wanted the hut there, but I guess that's where that's going to go. So we'll just try to, stack up the huts if we can to make that work. Oh, I see. It's up one. Okay. Interesting. Well, so far this seems to be working out pretty good, so I think that's actually going to be really, really good. Hopefully everything will be okay. Looks like our potato plantations are coming along. We do have a lot of people here, and our faith is coming up almost to 300. Yay, now we have that. Now, as far as decoration, we don't have that, and resources. Oh, farm. Okay, cool. So looks like our farming is going to be doing pretty good. 12 by 3 by 8. How big is that? That's a pretty big thing, man. That's crazy. We're probably going to have to put on some more layers to be able to get that done. If we can put on a farm and get some other stuff happening. But I don't know if we can actually turn the farm or whatever. As far as I know, I don't believe that we can turn it, so it doesn't give us, the turning option as far as that goes. And of course, you can't put it on the very top, so it's going to have to go probably on a different level, but we are doing more stuff. Construct layer 10 and reach the mist zone, so that's what we have to work towards. Well, we're got some good stuff going on here. Looks like we're producing some pretty good stuff there. That's actually going to help us out quite a bit. We have most of our jobs filled up. We want to make sure to take that research station all the way down. The farm doesn't have anything because I haven't put anything in, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Let's go see if we can go ahead and add another layer. I already got the industrial, and the ecological we can't do because we don't have the potatoes. Well, we will have potatoes, won't we? As soon as we can get the farm going, we should. So I'm just going to go ahead and go, wow, holy moly. So there's some new ones here, huh? So there's a cliff, a stone chamber, lapis lazuli, which we did, headland, terrace, the boat, courtyard. Let's put in a lapis lazuli. Let's go check out that. Oh, wow. You know what? That guy has a nice couple of big sides that we could definitely work with. I think I want to scoot you down there. Maybe even just scoot you right down there to keep you right up on there like that. That'll give us a little bit of space there. And I think I want to scoot you over there like that. Have it be hanging off a little bit in different ways. Maybe even one more. Oops, I got it. One more over that way. I think that should work. That looks... There we go. Right there. That should work. That'll give us a little bit of room on each side to put stuff. And as far as I can tell, I think that's going to be about as good as we're going to get it. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then we'll build this guy here. So I noticed that it says not enough nearby tower citizens. Tower citizens' work distance is limited to about 3 layers. A hut has a work distance of 3 layers. So what that means is that we need to put in some more work for these guys. It's not really doing too bad, but we do need to make sure that we do that. And that's why I kind of wanted to expand this a little bit, so that way our huts can continue, you know, have a good area for some huts. There we go. That should help out quite a bit. And then we can begin putting in, of course, you know, the normal stuff. I also want to put a farm on this level somewhere. I just have to figure out where I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll put that plantation over here on this side. Maybe, well, it looks like we have plantations on all sides except for this side over here. So let me just go ahead and see if I can sneak that guy right on the end there. So this side doesn't have one except for quite a ways down there, so maybe. Yep, all the way at the bottom, it looks like. Okay, that should work. So the huts are coming along. We're going to have to, of course, put in all the normal stuff. And then I'm going to see where I can put in a farm, because I really want to see about the farming and see what we can do there. That should be, you know, one of our priorities is getting the farming going. So we'll put in a bit of this stuff so that we have some things happening, and hopefully that will help. So I do want to put a farm on this level, and I have the farm ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that farm in as close as I can over here. So it should be able to work. It's just not going to slide over as far as I was hoping it would, but it should work right there. It actually fits really good right over here. So we could also put in another farm over here, or potentially take that farm out. Nope. There we go. And just have the farm be on this side, which I think would actually be a lot better idea. So let me just go ahead and go see. There it is, dismantle. We will dismantle that. Okay. And then that way we do have the farm on that other side, and that's going to help. So we do have a farm now. That's going to give us the potatoes. Sweet. So now we have potatoes. And we do have dust collectors and, you know, all of the other stuff here. Now I do need to put in a glassworks factory. That's the one part that I have not put in yet, because I was trying to figure out a good place for that. There we go, that'll work. For that farm, and I think that farm works out just perfect right there. I think that looks really good. What do you think? Do you like the way I'm doing this? Do you like the design that I'm doing? Do you enjoy this type of game, or do you think, you know, do you just not like this kind of game in general, or do you think it's, you know, looking good? Do you think it's looking bad? Can I do things differently? Let me know, so that way I can work on improving the experience for, you know, for you, and also do better for everybody involved. So I'm going to put in a couple of more huts. We are getting close to the mist zone. Looks like about 2 more layers, and we should, well, 3 more layers, because layer 10 is going to be the mist zone. So we need at least 2 more layers, and then we'll be able to reach the mist zone. So we could put some stuff over here. Maybe we can, you know, have some other places. Looks like we have some pretty good stuff going on here. I'm not going to worry about, okay, the farm is good. Looks like we're getting a lot of stuff in here. There's all kinds of jobs. So that's good. I guess the more we put in, the better off we're going to be. I think this is looking pretty good. We have plenty of water if you look over here. Wrong way. There we go. Looks like we're having enough water and everything. Should probably put in another, dew collector, because we're going to need the dew collectors for probably the farm more than anything. And if we can have some of those guys, you know, stick off somewhere, I think that might work. I think the dew collectors are going to have to kind of maybe go on this corner or something, which is fine with me. We can go ahead and do that. We'll do one there, and we'll do another one there. And then we'll see about if we can put in some more huts. And then we're probably going to have to end this because it's getting a little long. Okay, so it looks like... So we can actually build a hut or two out here by the side of the farm. Well, that'll give them some really good things to work with. And then we can probably... The more we build out, the probably more stuff we're going to have because it's going to break eventually. So maybe we can put in some of the things to extend that out like that. You know, these things underneath here, so that way it can help, you know, support things. And then it can fill up some areas. That way things don't, you know, break off or whatever. But I think for right now, we do have a nice little tower going on here. It's definitely an interesting looking tower. And we also have our first farm. How do you like that? It looks like there's people working on this farm. That's really, really cool. I like all the different, like, looking crops and all of that. I think that's really cool looking. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like on the video. And thank you very much for watching. It has been quite a surprise for this game about how well it was received, like I said at the beginning. So I hope we can continue doing this, and I hope you can enjoy this series. So I really would like to do this for a little bit, you know, keep this series going. This is Stario Haven Tower. Thank you for joining me here. If you've enjoyed the episode, drop a like on the video, and we'll get up to the mist zone here soon, and we'll continue expanding and seeing what kind of stuff we can put in here and how we can improve a lot of these different things. You have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.